Howdy freeze dryers, welcome back to the Live Life Simple Kitchen. And I know last week I told you that this would be the last video in this Live Life Simple Kitchen, but I lied. This week's is gonna be the very last. It was only because I went down to the garden this morning and I was cutting garlic scapes, and I have the perfect recipe for using up some of these garlic scapes. And I promise you the next freeze drying video we do will be in the new studio, which we're really excited about. Today's video is going to be freeze dried hummus. I've never done hummus before in the freeze dryer. So let's get into our freeze dried hummus recipe. And a garlic scape is the top of the garlic plant, which is pretty concentrated with garlic. And when I think of garlic, I think of hummus. Today we're gonna need a food processor. I'm using our Vitamix with the food processor attachment. I can put a link down below if you're interested in those. And today's video also is gonna give you two recipes. We're gonna do a garbanzo bean or chickpea version of hummus, which is what you traditionally are used to. We're also gonna do a black bean hummus. This is a recipe that I got from Food Network a few years ago, and I've used a lot of different recipes for hummus. This one is pretty bulletproof, and I like it so much that this is just my go-to now. I'm gonna double up this recipe that I normally use for fresh hummus. I think that should fill a large tray. We might have to do a third version of it. So I'm gonna take, it calls for 4 cloves of garlic, so we would do 8, but I think 3 scapes of garlic will probably even out, maybe make it a little garlicky, but to me that's a good thing in hummus. So we're gonna start by just mincing 3 scapes of garlic. And then we need 4 cups of garbanzo beans or chickpeas, and you want to save back a little bit of the liquid because we're going to need that as well. So if you're doing canned, that'd be 3 cans. If you're doing fresh, then just make sure that you save some of the water from the Instant Pot or your boiled water or whatever, however you're preparing them. So add in your 4 cups. And then 4 tablespoons of your liquid. You can also use water if you don't want to use this liquid. Okay, and then we're gonna add 8 dashes of hot sauce, whatever you consider to be a dash. Next, you want 6 tablespoons of lemon juice or the juice of 2 lemons if you're using freshly squeezed lemons. And then I'm just gonna use my lemon waste. I'm gonna throw those on a tray as well because I like to powder that and get kind of a lemon zest spice. Okay, and the most important ingredient to hummus is tahini, and this is the one ingredient that's gonna be the one that's kind of questionable for freeze drying because it's made from sesame seeds, and there is a fair amount of oil in sesame oil, sesame seeds. Our last ingredient is gonna be salt, and the good thing about hummus is that I would probably go light on any of the ingredients that I'm mentioning and then kind of add in because they're all gonna be blended at the same time. So if it's a little light on something, you just add it in later. I'm using about a teaspoon of salt, so if you're a little bit salt sensitive, if you don't like garlic, then maybe cut the garlic back a little bit. If you're sensitive to heat, cut the heat back a little bit too, the hot sauce. And that's it for our chickpea hummus. We're just gonna blend this all together until we have a nice smooth consistency, and then we'll work our way into the black bean hummus. Okay, so if you can't get your right consistency, you can add some water just to get that right texture. Probably a tablespoon at a time. You don't want to overdo it. It's real easy to make it too watery. We're yielding about 5 to 6 cups with what I did right now, so that would be perfect for a medium freeze dryer actually. All right, so I went ahead and doubled that recipe for the large. And I think by the time we get this all spread out, I think it's gonna be a good amount. You can probably go a little thicker, but the problem I have with going really heavy and kind of heaping the trays with something that's paste-like and very thick like this is it just takes forever in the freeze dryer because it's just hard for that moisture to escape, I think. So you'll notice that I'm not using oil in this hummus. A lot of hummus recipes have oil in them. We don't want oil. It doesn't freeze dry. It's not our friend in the freeze drying world. This already has enough oil content from that sesame oil, which I'm hoping won't affect this recipe too bad. You'll also notice that I'm not using parchment paper, and the reason I'm not using parchment paper is I've already moved all of my supplies over to the studio. I wasn't really anticipating doing this video today, but it was just there for the taking, so I decided to do it anyway. If you need some of that, make sure you pick some up at freezedryingsupplies.com. And I also think that this recipe would benefit from a pre-freeze before you freeze dry it. And again, my excuse for not doing that today is that my deep freeze is already at the new studio, so I won't be doing it. I'm running a full cycle. And then last, I'm gonna pop in our dividers in the 40 position setting because I think it's gonna give us some cool little cubes that will be really handy for rehydrating just in smaller portions. We like to take this stuff on road trips because it doesn't have to be refrigerated even after it's rehydrated for a certain period of time, so the little cubes will be really handy. And that's it for our chickpea hummus. Next we're gonna do our black bean hummus. We're gonna do 3 scapes of garlic on that as well, or if you're doing cloves of garlic, that's gonna be about 6 cloves. And we're gonna mince that first, and that way we don't have chunks of garlic in our hummus. Then we'll add in 2 cans of black beans that are rinsed. That equals out to be about 3 cups of black beans. And we want 4 tablespoons of our tahini, which is sesame seed paste. Then we want the juice of 1 lime, and that'll equal out to whatever this conversion is right here if you're just doing lime juice. I'm also going to throw those on the spare tray so I can powder those as well. Then a teaspoon of cumin, a teaspoon of chili powder, and then about 1/4 to 1/2 bunch of fresh cilantro. A little salt and pepper, and then we're ready to blend this as well. You may have to add water to this in place of oil just to get the right texture. The texture of this stuff is just really awesome. It's great for dipping veggies, and it's great for dipping chips into, which we're gonna work on next. So 2 of those recipes, that will fill a medium, I think just about perfect. You might have to go a little bigger than a double to really fill your tray up on a large. And you'll notice that I'm making smaller portions instead of just making this one big batch. I think that it helps with keeping all of that stuff, all of the texture and everything consistent. Once you start getting into bigger batches, that's when you get chunks and things like that in there. Things tend to stay smoother and more consistent when you're in the smaller batches. All right, we'll pop the dividers in the black bean as well. In the 40 portion again. You'll notice that there is some extra room on the tray. This black bean recipe is a little lighter than the chickpea recipe. So for a large, you might want to, you can probably triple it if you wanted to. I think this recipe for a medium size, if it was doubled, would be just about perfect for the tray. So for the 3rd and the 4th trays, I'm gonna do some diced pita bread and some diced tortilla chips, because if you have hummus, you've got to have something to dip into them. You can do vegetables, but chips are good too. These pita chips I used for the tuna salad sandwich recipe, and they actually worked really well. I like them a lot, and I think they would work well with the hummus. And I just cut them into these little pizza slices, just like this. Leave just a little bit of room in between. I'm gonna do the same thing on this 4th tray with some white corn tortillas. These will turn into chips. And you can actually layer these with some parchment paper. You can do 1 layer and then parchment over the top and then do your 2nd layer. Last tray is just gonna be our leftover lemon peels and our lime peel. And I'm gonna put them on the same tray as our garlic scapes that I diced up, just leftovers from the garden. All right, well, we're ready for the freeze dryer, and I wanna mention how important it is in the summertime, especially if you're in a humid climate, to pre-freeze. So take a minute to subscribe to Live Life Simple. We do mostly freeze drying on this channel. And while you're there, click the bell. That'll set your notifications on, and it'll send you a notification on your phone or your computer every time a new video comes out. For us, that's Sundays at 8 a.m. And if you like our content, let us know and let YouTube know by hitting that like button. Give us the thumbs up. That lets YouTube know where to send these videos, who likes them, who they're helpful for, people that might be interested in freeze drying. And if you are interested in freeze drying, consider joining one of our social media groups. We have a Facebook group group, and we have a MeWe group, and it's just Retired at 40's freeze drying group. In both of those, you can use the magnifying glass just like this within the Facebook or the MeWe group, and you can search old threads, you can search keywords. It's super helpful. There's lots of smart people on there that can get all of your questions answered, whether you're a newbie or you're an old professional at this already. And once you're comfortable with freeze drying and you're ready to make that purchase, if you could just use our affiliate link when you do that, that lets Harvest Right know that we sent you there and that we helped you, helped educate you and help get you prepared for freeze drying, showed you the benefits and showed you all the good stuff that could be in your future. And what that does for us is it sends us a small commission. We take those commissions, we put them back into the social media groups, we do giveaways, we provide this YouTube content, it helps us get products, and it also helps us develop new products for freezedryingsupplies.com, which we think helps streamline the whole freeze drying process start to finish. So any of the accessories you've seen in this video or other videos or possibly other people's videos, they've most likely come from freezedryingsupplies.com, so check that site out. I've also kind of unofficially announced it that we will have a cookbook coming up that will have all of our recipes from past videos and all the future videos updated real time. So stay tuned for that sometime later this summer. Now we're gonna freeze dry some hummus and we'll see you in a little bit. Well, this did not take as long as I thought it was. It was about 31 hours, which is really quick. And there are our garlic scapes, and our lemons, limes, tortilla chips, pita chips, and our 2 types of hummus. Our hummus looks kind of like cornbread. It turned out really well. It's dry. It'll powder really nice, as well as the black bean. Pita chips and tortilla chips we've done many, many times, and we know that those do really well. I always love when you do lemon and limes because they do the snap, crackle, pop thing when you take them out. And our scapes, I'm going to try and powder these. So with any luck, this will come out nice and easy. This will give us an easy way to get portions. And then I'm just going to bag these up and we will throw these in the Avid Armor vacuum chamber sealer, take them upstairs, rehydrate them, and see if we can get some freeze-dried hummus. And upstairs we go. The first thing I'm gonna do are our lemon and limes, and I'm actually gonna do these together just because of the way that we use them. I'm gonna do this batch together. So this basically makes more or less a lemon zest powder. And all you need to do to powder these is run them through a food processor or blender. And what you're left with is a nice powder. This is a lemon lime powder, but either one would be just fine for cooking and everything on its own. Once a freeze-dried food is powdered like this, also it stores really, really well as long as you keep a cover on it. I like to store our type of stuff like this just in a resealable glass jar. Then we're just gonna do the same thing with our garlic scapes. This makes a nice spice, and you can powder this even thinner. I like it a little bit thicker like this, but really good stuff. Now let's move on to our hummus and chips. There's our tortilla chips, our pita chips, black bean, and our chickpea hummus. And I'm pretty excited about this hummus. It does not feel oily like I thought it would. I'm not sure that it would last a really, really long time, but I would think years. It should be fine with the amount and the feel, I guess, just on the hands. It does powder very nice too, so usually the stuff that powders well, stores well, and it also reconstitutes well. So let's try that now. I'll get some vegetables too that we can dip into this, as well as our chips. And I'm just gonna add in water slowly, and I think the best method with this is not wait. It's probably just eyeball, and just you slowly add water in until you get your consistency back. And the great thing about stuff that's powdered when it's freeze dried is that it always reconstitutes pretty much back to exactly how it was before. And with a thing like hummus, where it's you want a very smooth texture, this is gonna work awesome. I can already tell. Let's do our black bean next. Black bean looks like it's doing great. Well, I'm really happy with how the hummus turned out. The texture is awesome. The consistency is right on, exactly the way you want it, exactly the way it was before we freeze dried. And you know, if the texture is right on, the taste is always going to be right on. Both these chips turned out really great. And same goes for our black bean hummus. It did really well also. So great results today, all across the board. Great hummus, great chips. This gives you a way to use those garlic scapes from your garden, and also give you a little quick recipe for how to make some chips. This one will definitely be going in the freeze-dried cookbook coming up. In the meantime, this is Retired at 40. Remember to live life simple. I'll catch you next week.